Alright, I'm going to show you how I went from 3 hives to 15 in 1 year. These are the 3 hives I started out with early spring last year. All 3 hives were real healthy and they wanted to swarm. So one of the methods I did was I put this screen on around the queen cells, so when the queen cell would emerge, she would be stuck in that cage, and I'd be able to take the virgin queen and put her into a new hive and start a new hive. This was just one of the methods I did. I did a couple methods of how I got to 15 hives. This is just one of them. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that screen is pushed down enough so the bees won't be able to like push the screen out of the way and get in and out. So you want to make sure that screen is secure into the frame. Then I'll put that frame back into the hive. But you also got to make sure that in those cages there's a couple nurse bees in the cage so they can tend to the queen cells. Another method how I got to 15 beehives is I would just take the queen cell off of the frame, but got to be gentle not to damage the queen cell or you'll kill the queen. And then I would place it onto another frame, a brood frame in a nuke box that I would make. And I'd place the queen cell in and just squish it on real gently though, not damaging anything. Or you could use rubber bands, wrap it around the frame for the queen cell, but this method works for me. So I would put one brood frame in the box, one frame of honey in the box, and then I would shake nurse bees in the nuke box as well to strengthen the hive, since it's a new hive. Another method of how I got to 15 beehives was by just capturing a swarm. And this swarm was about 20 feet in the tree, so I had to create like a long pole. This was like an emergency, I just made that real quick. With a 5-gallon bucket on the top, and what I would do was right underneath the ball of bees, I would hit the bucket, and it would like shake the bees into the bucket, and then I would bring the stick down. But it takes a couple tries, and in this case I wasn't really prepared. I kind of wasn't really wearing the proper equipment, got lit up a little bit. Bees were a little mad. But after a couple trials I finally got the queen. And what I would do is I'd put the, I'd cap it off, and then I would go to the hive and shake the bees in there. And it took a couple tries. As you can see, the bees are balling back up again. So this method was a little tough for me, especially because I didn't have the right pole. I should have had like a longer pole to be able to do that since it was so high. You always want to double check your equipment to make sure the queen's not there. And usually you know that the queen is in the hive. You can tell by this video. The bees are slowly marching into the entrance of the hive, and they can smell the pheromones of the queen. And most of the bees are like flapping their wings in front of the hive, so yeah. Another method I did for capturing a swarm is I laid out that blanket and I put a beehive on it. with some frames inside the hive, and I would get this board and I would hit it really hard on that branch, but not, you know, at the bees, but a little bit away from them, and they would all fall down right onto the blanket. And then I would, if you're lucky, you'd find the queen in that ball, and you put the queen in the hive. Luckily, I got lucky and found the queen, so, and she was marked, so it was really easy, because I actually marked her the other day before she swarmed. She did like a practice swarm, and then I saw her and I grabbed her and I marked her real quick, and I figured she was on her way out. Yeah, so I caught the queen, but I just didn't have a queen cage at the time. I had just this marker, the queen marker, so whatever, it worked. Again, you can tell that the queen's in the hive because the bees are fanning the opposite way to spread the scent of the pheromone so all the other bees know where the queen is located. And now I'm going to check out some of the nuke boxes that I made with the queen cells, which I knew at this point they were great. So I transferred them into 10 frame hives, and they just look phenomenal. You can see on this frame here a little bit of pollen and nectar. And this is a frame of larvae and eggs, which it looks really, really good. I mean, that's what you want to see. And some capped brood there with a good pattern. They leave holes open. Sometimes they put some food in there. Sometimes they leave them open to keep it warm. And there's another. That's a gorgeous brood pattern. It looks really good. That's kind of what you want to see, something like that. You can see the little hole of where the queen cell was on the left middle of the frame. There's a bigger hole, just empty. That's where the queen cell emerged. Where the queen emerged. And there it is again. That's a really good brood pattern. You can see on the corner of the frame some capped honey for the bees. They definitely needed to get transferred into a new hive because in about a couple of days, a week or so, this hive's going to double in size. So it looks really good. This is phenomenal. It's another pollen and nectar frame. Yeah, they look great. And I'm kind of keeping the frames together. I should spread it out, but I kind of wanted it together because the hive's so small going into a 10 frame hive. A 4 frame into a 10 frame, so I kind of didn't want to spread them out too much off the start, but I did some experiments with others just to see the stronger ones. If you haven't found the queen, you always want to check to make sure that she's not in that box, and then you put the box in front of the hive. But I didn't see her when I did this video, but after I recorded it, like now, and I'm watching it, if you look at 7 minutes and 40 seconds in the video, you'll see when I flip the frame over, you'll see the queen be on the middle right of the frame, moving up towards the top of the frame. Really good looking queen. If you want to go back and check it out, she looks great. Now it's late summer. Checking out the hives, looking phenomenal. At this point I have 15 beehives. These doing a little bit of washboarding for you, keep things clean, or who knows. Thank you for watching my video. Don't be afraid to like and comment. Subscribe if you want. I'll be making more videos sometime when I get to it about the bees. You know, try to keep everyone informed. But thanks for everything. Have a good day. Peace.